Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's been a while since I came to you guys. Been a while since I came to you guys with a video, but I wanted to come to you this morning on this beautiful Thursday morning. It is so amazing. The weather is been so amazing this week. I just wanted to come to you guys with a little bit of word of encouragement, in a true story and a true testimony of something that took place last week in my life. Last week, as I got off of work, and I was preparing to eat, began to eat my food. And as I was eating, anybody that knows me, I don't play around with my food. Kind of like Major Payne. If you ever seen Major Payne, I really don't take my time when I eat. I maybe chew once or twice and swallow the food. But this particular bite and this particular meal, as I'm eating, I feel something in my mouth. And on first instance, I believe it's a tooth. I believe I cracked a tooth. So I stop and, feel around and see if a tooth is chipped in my mouth. Nothing's there. So I proceed to eat and continue to chew. And I feel it again. So this time I think it's maybe a bone or gristle or something in the meat. So I proceed to take out the food that's in my mouth to see what was inside of my mouth. And as I proceed to take the food out and I look, guess what's inside of my hand from the food that was inside of my mouth? There was a corner or a piece of the edge of a knife had broken off, and I had been chewing on a corner of a knife. And I just began to shake my head in amazement. And that night, as I proceeded to go to sleep, I continued to wake up throughout my sleep and just thank God, because I thought to myself, there are so many different things that could have taken place with that. I could have bitten down on the knife, and it could have went into my gums. It could have went into my teeth. I could have swallowed the piece of the knife, and it was very, very sharp. It wasn't a butter knife. It was a steak knife, and I could have swallowed that knife. So every time I woke up in the middle of the night, I just woke up and I elevated my hands and I began to thank God, because so many different things could have took place to damage me internally, to damage my mouth. I maybe could have died. So every time I woke up that morning, I just thank God. I elevated my hands and I began to thank God, because it just showed me, and he revealed himself to me, how he is a protector when you don't even know you need protection. I was in the middle of eating dinner, and I prayed before I ate. As I pray every time, but when most people, when they go to a restaurant or when they're eating at their own home, they don't think you need protection when you're eating. But again, God protected me. There were so many different ways and so many different things that could have took place. I could have bit that piece of knife, and it could have went into the root of my mouth. I could have swallowed it, and it could have tore my intestines up on the inside. But it didn't take place that way, because I serve a God who is a protector. So what am I telling you, man? Whenever God blesses you, whenever God moves in your life, learn how to elevate your hands and don't remain silent. Many things have taken place in our life where God has blessed us. God has healed us, covered us, and protected us from situations that we know shouldn't have went in our favor. Maybe texting and driving, talking on the phone and not being alert. And God has saved you from a car wreck or an accident and saved your life. Elevate your hands and give him the praise and give him the glory. Whatever it may be, don't remain silent, because I'm encouraging you, as you learn how to give him praise, give him reverence, and give him honor in all things. Man, I promise you, those testimonies, those blessings, those savings, those things that you should not have been delivered from, should not have been healed from, should not have been set free from, man, they are going to continue to come in your life. So I thank God, and I elevate my hands this morning, because as I reflect back on that, my life could have been ended by a little piece of knife that I was chewing on. But when I bit down, God is a protector. I bit flat, on the knife instead of it biting on the sharp edge and going into a place that it shouldn't have been. But I thank God. So I'm encouraging you, and the message this morning is learn how to give God his praise, give him his reverence, and give him his honor, because it's not you that is allowing things to take place in your life that are taking place, but it's him. So elevate your hands and don't remain silent, but give him the praise, give him the honor, and give him the glory. That is the message this morning. I pray it was some type of encouragement for someone. If it was, hit the share button and let somebody know, hey, don't remain silent, but elevate your hands and give God the glory, give him the praise and the honor, because he is the reason the things that are taking place in your life are taking place. The reason you have what you have, the reason you're able to wake up and breathe and not on the oxygen tank or machine, the reason you are able to walk, the reason you are able to speak, the reason you are able to see, the reason you are able to hear. Some people call those small things, but they're not small at all, because it's somewhere right now, some person right now in this big old earth that will love to trade places with you because you have something that they desire to have. So be thankful for what you do have and the life you do have and the things that you do have inside your life, because if you didn't have them, life wouldn't be the way that it is. I love you guys, man. Have a blessed day.